Shake your knees a little bit. That's it. Releasing the thighs. You want to get rid of any tension in the thighs. That's it. Yeah. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to play with a wave movement on the floor. Okay? Starting with your hips, with the lowest part of your spine. I want you to lift your hips and then undulate, wave through the spine, coming back onto the ground. That's it. And feeling it right up to the top of the head, in behind the ears. That's it. And now as you're doing it, keep the hips on the ground and just feel that motion in the spine. Nice. Excellent. Yeah. So this wave movement, this undulation, this is really natural. One of the first movements of the body. And then let that come to rest. Okay, so the spine inserts just up here, in behind the ears, into the skull. I'll sort of connect with the skull there. So we're going to start it up top this time, okay? So what I want you to do is just tilt your head back slightly, and then tuck the chin and initiate that wave, that undulation from the top of the spine. Yes, and don't forget to finish it right at the tip of the tailbone, tip of the spine, before you come up. And then take your left arm, press it into the floor, and push up onto your hands and knees. Yeah. And if you want to just turn it to the side there. Yeah. Excellent. Okay. So again, we're using the floor as a support system. I want you to spread the fingers nice and wide. Think about that floor meeting all the parts of your hand. Your knees are on the floor, tops of your feet are on the floor. We just want to keep these nice and parallel. That's it. Eyes are down. Beautiful. Okay. Shoulders over top of the wrist. Now take that spinal unit, that whole spine, and tilt the head and tail up to the ceiling, creating a dip in the back. Nice. And then drop it down, tucking that chin right under, tucking the pelvis around that spine, and then go back. Tilt the head and tail up to the ceiling. Excellent. And then drop it down. So we want to feel the articulation through all the different vertebrae, all the different parts of the spine. Just be careful not to lock things up. Let's just get a little bit of gooiness in the elbow. You've got a nice gooey back, so there's tons of place for articulation there. That's it. And one more full round, tilt the head and tail up to the ceiling. Exhale, drop it down, press into the floor, round, and then come into a neutral spine. That's it. Now we're going to try that undulation again on our hands and knees, okay? We still have that solid base, we've got the floor supporting us. So start with the tail, and it's much smaller right now because you can't feel the entire thing on the floor. So in your brain, lift the tail and undulate up towards the top of the head. Right up with the head here, right up. Yeah. And then finish this right off. Come up with the chin and then back down. Nice. Excellent. Yes. One more. Lift that chin right up, pausing here. So now we're going to start the other way. Start with the top of the head and lift it and go back down. Yeah. And one more. Lifting up and over. And then come to rest in that neutral position. Beautiful. So we'll move into a downward dog. We're going to take the undulation and we're going to move it into an inverted position. So we're going to go into downward dog. So just keep the fingers spread wide. Widen the hands a little bit. You want them wider than the shoulders. That's it. But keep the feet parallel. That's it. I'd even bring them in a little more. So hip width, slight space, beautiful. And then release the knees. So the knees can be nice and soft. We're not going to worry about those. We're not too warm. So the chin is going to drop. We're going to let the head hang. That's about 8 or 10 pounds that we don't need to worry about. We don't need to waste those muscles lifting it. Okay? So we're going to try the undulation again, starting with the root, okay, the tip of the tail, and gently undulate downwards. Remember to finish it right behind the head. That's it. And then go, yes. Yeah. Do one more. Lift that chin and then drop it down. Excellent. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Feel that support system. And then start it backwards. So lift the chin and very nice. Yeah. Beautiful. One more. Great. Keeping the knees nice and soft. You can just release the spine, let the head hang. And then what I want you to do is press your hands into the floor and push away from the ground. So really lengthening the spine there. That's it. And then release the arms a little bit. Okay. Now this time when you do it, I'm going to place my hands just around the scapula. Start to press from the scapula into the floor. Yes. And then relax the head. But keep pressing away right from the scapula. Beautiful. And then release down. You can come into a child's pose. Nice. So when you start reaching from here, there's so much more extension. There's a little more freedom in that and almost more expression, right? When you do it, the full arm is moving. Everything engages. The hands engage. And it comes from here as opposed to just pushing with the lower part of the leg. That's it. So release your head into the ground. We have a little break here. Taking some deep breaths. Maybe even breathing into my hands, the lower part of this back. That's it. See if you can find that undulation in this forward hold. So again, we're inverted. That's it. Nice. And now, instead of being so controlled with it, just let it flop, let it hang, let it droop, find your freedom, that's it. And then maybe even shimmy a little bit, shake those shoulders, yeah. And then swing, moving side to side. Yeah, more sideways, go right side to side, that's it. And then releasing down, beautiful. So this is nice, it's very controlled though. So we just want to find a little more, the head's heavy, that's it. That's it. I call this shimmy, flop, swing. You can feel your feet really have to brace, taking all the weight now. That's it. And then release down. Final roll up to a standing position. We're going to do it really, really slow this time. Okay? Keeping the knees bent. I want you to think about articulating through each one of those little tiny vertebrae in your back. The very last thing that would come up is your head. The arms are heavy. Lifting. Excellent. Okay. So this time when we come up, I'm going to walk up your spine with my fingers. So as I move my fingers up your spine, I want you to meet my fingers with pressure. Okay? Don't go up any further than my fingers are. Just follow exactly where they are. So I'm going to start way down here. And I want you to start this spinal roll. Don't get too heavy yourself. Right here in that thoracic region where all those ribs are connecting. Beautiful. Keep that head heavy. Because we're going to go right up. Keep moving. Press into my fingers. Right up here. Yes. Into the back.